Hello and welcome back to Claret and Blue for the match preview for the final game of the season, Aston Villa versus Brighton. Winner takes Europa Conference League. Big game for Aston Villa. Ash, your final match preview, working with us as Aston Villa reporter. How are you, mate? Everything okay?
Yeah, fine, mate. Last visit to Bodymoor Heath as well. And I was treated to...
Oh, here we go.
4 years covering the Villa. Nice touch from the club. Everyone signed it. Tyrone Mings' signature was missing, and Megan from the club kindly said, Tyrone's signature is missing. I'll go and get it quickly. And she sorted it. So I got the complete set. Yeah, when I get that on my office wall, yeah, I love it. Look at that.
In the last few weeks, we've started these by saying, what's it like at Bodymoor? Well, how's the food and the kind of the vibe and that kind of thing? I was going to say, obviously, they would have known it was your last time there. Have they done anything special? Was there any party food out or anything? Yeah. But a shirt's a nice touch.
Nah, really nice. Nice little speech as well from Head of Communications, Tommy Jordan. Just thanking me for the coverage. And yeah, like, been crazy, mate. Quite emotional in there again. So it's getting me again. But yeah, really thankful for the club. One hell of a ride covering them, my club, your club, for the past 4 years. And to sign off with a shirt was pretty special.
We'll get stuck into it then. We'll have half an hour or so. Let's go through the presser then, Unai Emery's last one. Before we get into the specifics of what he said today, how have you found his press conferences over the last 6 months pretty much? Has it been a kind of education, do you think?
Massively in education, yeah. I mean, his English first and foremost is better than mine. I think he's spoken English. He's incredible, and yeah, you find yourself really concentrating on every word because, like you say, when you read the stuff back, there's a transcript on the website now. When you read it all back, there's loads of detail in there in terms of what he's looking for. I mean, just an example, he was asked about how do you make things better next season, given what you've done. And he wants Villa to be better without the ball and pressing higher up the pitch. And he's going into real specifics. He wants to nail that next season. So he's still not happy, considering he's competing with Guardiola and Arteta points-wise. Yeah. He's still not happy. He wants Villa to be more front-footed next season and to be better away from home, because the home form, they've pretty much nailed the home form now. Just away from home, maybe a little bit better, a little bit smarter. But yeah, the press conferences are always... it's always like a going back to school kind of thing. The way Emery speaks about football in general is pretty incredible. So, yeah, they're very good, very detailed. And today's was stacked full of things on Brighton. He loves watching Brighton play, Dan. He absolutely wax lyrical about them and their style. And he spoke about, obviously, the summer transfer policy and what he's looking to bring in. Ashley Young's contract situation. And yeah, just he's desperate to get Villa into Europe, and let's hope it's a job well done on Sunday.
Yeah, well, like we said at the start, it's a one-game shootout. It's interesting that you mentioned the points per game with him, Guardiola and Arteta. I think we worked it out, and I don't know whether it's true now, but at one stage it was that his points per game would equal a 70-point season, give or take, which is top four material. And this isn't over 10 games. It's, what is it, 24, 25, something like that, 26. Yeah, the future is bright, isn't it? To coin a cliche from a scarf 10 years ago or so, the future is bright. Let's talk about Ashley Young very quickly then. What did he mention about the new contract situation there? Is it a case of let's get Brighton out of the way first?
Basically, yeah. He had a sit down with Young on Tuesday, so 3 days ago now, at Bodymoor Heath, and I think they just discussed it. Obviously, his contract's coming to an end next month, but he said, focus will be on the match Sunday, and then he's going to sit down with Young again next week in the club and the owners, he said. And Young will be the priority. I was rattled off what he said about Young's situation, the hot topic at the moment. I spoke with him on Tuesday. I told him we're going to decide after the match on Sunday, and we'll talk with the owners, and I'll analyse deeply each of the players' situations, so talking more broadly about other players. His contract is finishing, and he's the first player we have to speak with. So, pretty hints at maybe he should be sticking around. But yeah, we'll go into detail about every player's situation next week with the owners, with Johan Langer and Christian Perslow, and shape the squad ahead of pre-season.
What did he say about Brighton then specifically? Because we've come down to this situation now where it is a one-game shootout. Emery said a few times now that if we go into that final game with Brighton with something to play for, that's a great position to be in. And we agree with that. It is as simple as we win, we finish 7th, and that's nice. And I think we've maybe got a little bit carried away by going, oh, well, we will win. And I do think we will, but it is going to be a tough game. So what did Emery say about that specifically?
Yeah, he's asked about being a high-pressure situation, but he thrives off pressure. He loves pressure. He said, if you don't, no pressure, no point kind of thing was the vibe I got from him. He really thrives off it. And like you say, being the serial winner he has been, he loves these kind of situations, one game shootouts, and with like I say, a lot of pressure. But he's very, very complimentary of Brighton. He says it'll be his toughest challenge yet. He says that most weeks. Liverpool was his toughest challenge last week. We're going into Brighton. He said John McGinn spoke about it last week. He's obsessed with getting over the line and beating Brighton on Sunday. I'm expecting a fast start from Villa. I spoke to a few of the Brighton reporters earlier. I'm expecting Villa to go 2-0 up or try and win the game at half time. That's what I'll be looking to do. They tried to do that last week at Liverpool. Win the game at half time, just see it out. But Emery spoke well of Brighton.
I was going to ask you about that towards the end in the kind of prediction section, but we'll do it now as you've mentioned it. Is that how you see the game kind of panning out? Villa will come out the blocks fast? Because there's part of me that kind of just thinks, will it be this kind of pragmatic clean sheet first? If we keep a clean sheet, there's a good chance we'll go on and win the game. Do you think it'll be kind of bang, 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 let's go out and score goals?
I think so. Really fast start. They know the prize that's on offer, Dan, don't they? Just win the game and wrap it up in the first 45 if you can. Brighton, nothing to play for, as we know. Will be a bit dangerous, won't it? Because obviously, when players play a bit more freedom, you never know. And Villa goal down early on. It'd be interesting how they react, given they might have to need to win the game. So it's very nervy. I'm starting to feel the nerves now, just thinking about it. I'm not even playing, so I don't know how the fans are feeling. I'm really nervous myself, but they'll try and come out the blocks quick time, try and mirror what they did against Newcastle, and I thought the Tottenham last home game against Tottenham was very good as well. So the quick start from Villa, try and really, really go at Brighton's throats and try and be 2 or even 3-0 up at half time. You never know.
Imagine that. It's going to be a great atmosphere anyway. But if we are ahead early doors, it's going to be unreal. Whilst we're on some of the positives, let's get the negatives out of the way and go through the injury update very quickly. And the biggest one of the presser is Alex Moreno, 2 to 3 months out back in August. Emery said, not great, is it that?
No, devastating. It's funny the way he did it as well at Anfield. He jumped up for a header with Van Dijk. Usually, when you do a hamstring, you're sprinting or do you know what I mean? You pull up, but he did it kind of landing. So he had surgery last week, Moreno.
Also unusual for surgery for hamstring. It's almost like you pop your hamstring and you might be out 6 to 8 weeks for it to be surgery as well, which shows it's a serious one. I said it's obviously not great news, and it isn't. The kind of quirkier side of it is that if someone's going to get injured for 2 or 3 months, I'd rather they do it over the summer break than during the season.
Time. Exactly that. But it's come at a good time in that respect, Dan. But massive blow really. So we respond from that. Luca Dean will have the head start over going into next season, you'd feel, as well. So he'll start tomorrow. So gutted really. And obviously team news, we'll go to the team news. Diego Carlos trained yesterday and today, and I think he'll be back amongst the squad on Sunday. Callum Chambers has returned from illness as well. Still no Coutinho. His season's done, as we know. That's the state of play. Gutted for Moreno, but like you say, it's come at a decent time.
We'll do predicted 11 fully in a sec. Do you think it'll be Dean at left back, or is there a chance for Young to go over there and maybe Concert to play right back, Carlos in the middle?
I think Luca Dean will stick a bit at left back. Emery likes his experience. I think he obviously picked him at Anfield as well, given how strong Liverpool are at home. So he opted for Dean in that game, and I didn't think he did too much wrong, Dan. Dean starts for me, 100% left back, and I think Matty Cash probably get the nod at right back. So
we'll go into predicted 11, then predictions, and away from match day, our usual segments for the show. I said, Ash, that we'd have a few surprises up our sleeve, and one of those is that obviously you can't come to Claret Blue Live next week, so I thought I'd try and bring Claret Blue Live to you in some aspect. So as we go into the predicted 11, let's welcome to the show Matt Kendrick and John Townley. Let's have a 4-way end of season show for the last episode for you. Welcome, lads. You all right?
I bet he's expecting something much better than us then, wasn't he? When you said this, he thought you got him a stripper or something.
Brilliant.
How are you, mate?
Yes, I'm not surprised. I didn't expect that at all. Done well there, Dan. Yeah,
a 4-way match preview. Who'd have thought it?
Incredible, yeah. Nice to see you, lads. Yeah, it's in you ages.
I've not got to contribute anything to this, have I? Other than say nice things about Ash. I've not done.
We'll get to that in a bit. We'll save that till the end. Let's have a little chat about Brighton between us then. So, predicted 11, like I said, Ash, you can kind of take the reins on this as the guy. What's the full lineup going to be for this massive game Sunday?
Huge game, isn't it? Yeah, Martinez. I'm interested if we'll stick with Cash at right back or go with Young, but yeah, Martinez, Cash, Konsa, Mings, Luca Dean, John McGinn on the right side, Kamara, Douglas Luiz, Jacob Ramsey. And I think he might go Buendia this time as opposed to Bailey. Buendia and Watkins in attack.
What do you think, Michael? John, you go first. Is that shirt you're wearing, by the way?
No, it's just a polo. I'm sorry. I haven't come too formal for the big league. Yeah, I don't think there's too much to sort of debate in the team for tomorrow. I think the game is one that the Villa Park crowd will be well up for. I think you can kind of put any team out there and they'll give it 110%. But obviously, yeah, a couple of dilemmas between like your Buendias, Baileys, but ultimately, I think whatever team plays tomorrow, I think we'll do the job. So I'm really optimistic.
But let's talk about the atmosphere a little bit. Matt, I'll come to you for this. I don't know which approach you'll come at here, whether it'll kind of be eternal optimist or boring old git that doesn't like shiny new things. There's all this talk about arriving, getting the team bus, a big arrival, flags from Project B6 off Melberg's going to be pitch side, a farewell to Jed Steer. Like, it's a big event going on around the edges of the game. How do you feel about all that?
I don't mind it, to be honest. I think the last time I saw anything like that outside Villa Park was, in my memory, was when they were protesting against Randy Lerner. So
we've come a long way, haven't we?
It's nice for us to be coming together for a positive purpose, isn't it? And and I'm glad, because we've said this before. Regardless of what happens, when I've lost track, Sunday, isn't it? Regardless of what happens on Sunday, this has been a successful season, even with the disadvantage that we started with for the first couple of months. So I'm all for. Sometimes we talk about not wanting to force the issue too much and not wanting to create an artificial atmosphere, but I don't think it is artificial in the sense that the sun's hopefully going to be shining. We're going to be in the mood to party anyway, so bring it on. Yeah,
I've seen a few kind of tweets about it, like it's small time to let the coach have this big arrival and why we're celebrating 7th place. It's like, well, this is what football's for, isn't it? Like, if you can't celebrate trying to, like, it's kind of like the ones I've seen specifically today, because it's the 41st anniversary of winning the European Cup. It's like, we're celebrating Conference League. Like, we won the European Cup 40 years ago. It's like, we won trophies in the 1900s. What, we're never going to celebrate again because we haven't done anything for a long time. Like, it's a one-off game. We win. It's our biggest achievement for a long time. We've been out of Europe for 10, 11 years. It'll be our highest positional place since O'Neill, our highest points return for probably as many years as well. If you can't get up for that on Sunday, then stay at home.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dan, totally. Well, it's what just crediting the players and the staff, isn't it? What an effort it's been over 7 months, and give a bit back to them, what they've done, what they've given us as well, to be in the European picture, and to just roar them on like they did in the playoff in 2019. The players got a lot from that, and the coach, and seeing all the scenes there. So, yeah, I'll be with my pyro as well. We'll welcome him in, no doubt. I'll be up for that.
Very quickly talk about pitch invasions. Now, I'll come at this from a strange angle. All the kind of talk I've seen about pitch invasions is like people saying, don't do a pitch invasion. I've not actually seen anyone say, yes, let's have a pitch invasion. It's people jumping on saying, no, don't have one. As much as I'm happy for people to get their flares out and celebrate the coach arriving, don't go on the pitch. Christ, like, if we do finish 7th, it's a great achievement, of course, but if we're on a pitch invasion for that, come on. Like, Newcastle didn't pitch invade for top 4. Brighton didn't pitch invade for the Europa League. So stay in your seats and appreciate the players at the end. Stay off the pitch, man.
Yeah,
I'm in the top of the Trinity, so I definitely.
Well, if you're down there, something's gone wrong, hasn't it?
I definitely am doing a pitch invasion. If I am, I'll have 2 broken legs.
Yeah, because I think that would ruin the lack of appreciation after the game as well. So, for multiple reasons, don't be an idiot. Just don't do it. I mean, if we do get Europe, it'll be like euphoric for the whole stadium, but no. The scenes will be in the stands, not on the pitch, hopefully. Predictions
then. We normally end with the show, but we're going to do this in a bit of a lopsided order. I'll save yours to last, as this will be your last ever prediction on a match preview. John, how's it going to play out?
I think we'll win, and I'll say 2-1. But Brighton are a really good team. I'm just kind of clinging on to them, not playing for much, so we'll just have more sort of energy and intensity, and we'll use the crowd, obviously. But I don't think it will be as sort of clear-cut as what even I was expecting a couple of weeks ago when Brighton, we knew we're probably going to be playing for nothing. But yeah, just watching them against Man City when I know City didn't really have much to play for at the time anyway. But they are really good, and they can rotate and still compete really well. So it'll be a very close game, I think. But I think we'll still get the win, and that'll be that. I'll be checking my phone throughout the game as well. Obviously, this Spurs result's the big one, isn't it? Obviously, Brentford, sort of the outsiders in the race for 7th, but I think we'll do the job.
Before you joined, John and Matt, Ash was saying, we might be up 3-0 by half time, so we'll see what his full-time score is in a sec. Prediction for you, scoreline? We're going to win?
I don't know, just thinking, it's a shame Spurs and Leeds can't both lose, isn't it? In terms of Villa, yeah, let's go for a kind of an edgier one. Let's go for a 2-1, but it's in jeopardy until make this final day of the season really. Let's force it to the very end. Like 2-1 up, and they're bombarding our goal for the last 10 minutes. Let's really put ourselves through the mill.
No way.
5-0 at half time. Let's do that. No, I can't take it.
Ash, you said 2 or 3 up at half time, maybe in a really fast start. What's it going to be by full time?
4-1. We're 4-1.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
party going to start. It's going to be chaos, and yeah, the scenes afterwards hopefully will be great. And yeah, incredible.
Yeah, to be fair with Ash, I think we will start really well, but I don't know. It probably depends if we can get that second and maybe third goal. I think that's the point, really. Or do we let Brighton sort of come into it and then start dominating the game, and then it gets a bit nervous? So I think it'll go one or two ways.
The final section for the show is usually in the middle, away from match day, the time when we kind of forget about the upcoming game, in this case Villa versus Brighton, and we talk about something totally different. Today's totally different segment is tributes to Ash. Ash, probably your last podcast for us, unless you come back as a guest appearance, which is totally down to you. But working for us, this will be your last preview. Me and Matt will do the post-match on Sunday, so we might not see you on a proper show again. Matt, I know you wanted to come on and have a little bit of an ode to Ash, so I'll give you the floor now.
And listen, he knows what I think of him, and I don't want to embarrass him too much, but I think he's done a really, really cracking job. I think Steve Wollaston, our colleague, and Ash's current boss, coined the phrase supporter reporter. I think Ash, you mentioned that, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it's spot on for me, because it's difficult to get into clubs now. In terms of, it's difficult for me to get into clubs because I'm too old, but it's difficult to get access at clubs, get information out of clubs. And I've always said, journalists trade in kind of information and opinion. I think Ash has been able to balance both of those things really well, in terms of getting bits of information when he's needed to, but always having an opinion on things that matter to Villa fans. Really candid, really engaging, really real. And it's, people might think sometimes that it's, the best job in the world, and it can be, but it can also be frustrating because there's a lot of pressure on you. People want you to know everything that's going on. You break a bit of news and they're not satisfied. They want the next bit and the next bit. But I think he's done it. He's done it with a smile on his face. He's done it by being genuine. And we're going to miss you, mate. It's going to be a really hard act to follow.
No, nice one. Yeah, you see this shirt I got as well? The ground, quite good.
Oh, I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, signed shirt. Nice touch from the club.
That's brilliant.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah.
He's the 4 years in it. You're not going to start. You're not going to start playing in a deeper role, are you?
Oh no chance. Yeah.
Yeah, just literally echoing what Matt said. Obviously, I've only worked with you for since in second year maybe of your Villa role, Ash, but everything that you've, I mean, you probably didn't even know at the time, but taught me, and obviously working alongside you, I've taken loads from being a journalist, and how to engage with supporters, engage with an audience in terms of a media perspective. I don't think I could have sort of learned from anyone that does that as well as you do. So yeah, much the same as what Matt said, and we'll catch up anyway in the office very soon. So
yes, mate. Yeah, looking forward to that. Nice one, John, Matt. Yeah.
So you've had a Premier League final day survival, a cup final. Throughout the COVID pandemic, you were our representative inside the stadiums during that season of lockdown. From Dino to Gerrard to Emery, from the first episode of the podcast on my parents' sofa. If you remember that one?
Matt's dodgy Christmas jumper.
Yeah, that's the one. And his socks out. Into the office, the press box at Villa Park and around the country, from sitting in your car on cold nighttime shows, jumping on in the freezing cold, to standing in the car park at Bournemouth away on the first day of this season, which feels like a lifetime ago, after another opening day defeat. Great Bar to Minneapolis, to Leipzig, to Townsend, Perth and Brisbane, to Rennes and back to Villa Park itself. You've done absolutely loads, mate. So here's a few of your best bits.
Hello. What do you want first, Dan? The positives or the negatives?
Stepping away. I can't believe I'm doing it. It's weighed heavily on me.
Sorry, what?
He wanted the job. He got the job, and he's just turned the old club around. The bloke is a legend. It's coming in front of 76,000. He's putting a brave show like that. New side, don't forget. They're learning all the time.
Joe, just how far Villa have come.
So I don't think Villa will be that busy in January. That they did all the work in the summer.
Get a striker in ASAP. Another missed opportunity for me. They were there for the taking. Maybe half-assed is a bit too strong for the word, but valiant old Villa pushing Guardiola City all the way, right into the death. They're all in it together, and the proof today they can go do it against anyone. Hold on to your hats, and here we go. And hopefully it's straightforward, but it never is it?
That sound just hit me. You're one of the very few people that can say that you were there when you saw Villa beat Liverpool 7-2. That's incredible.
So lucky. I've kept the team sheet for a rainy day, and never know, might be worth a few back in the future. But yeah, incredible.
There's a quote from Dean Smith. He said, "If we play Derby in the final, we can't lose," or something. The probabilities.
He just knew. He just knew. Once we beat West Brom, we were never going to lose.
Just blitzed. Completely blitzed. Villa a shadow themselves. 3 on the bench now.
I am. I feel like I've had my stomach ripped out.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I really am. Yeah, it's just the way it is, and that's how I'm feeling.
When it went in 2-footed too strongly, the fan of me coming out, I was hurt as well at the time.
Totally stunned, to be honest with you. I really am. I've had to dart away from watching the local Sunday League side. You're all saying, get going. It's been set. I had to dart here to speak with you, and he's on Villa's list. I could say that with confidence. He looks the real deal. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was a bag of nerves this morning. Gerrard at Villa Park. His drive to succeed is unreal.
Here we are, Suncorp Stadium, Brisbane. Welcome to Townsville. Good morning from Perth.
Very emotional, really. Me covering it as well. Massive Villa fan. Pinch myself sometimes, but here we are.
How's the jet lag?
All right. Yeah, I got in Monday lunchtime, ready to rock and roll.
Are we ready?
Ready for Bournemouth? Yeah. I think we are. Yeah, I don't know what this identity is and what they're trying to do. The owners aren't happy with where Villa are, with the money they've spent, the talent they've got in the building. They need a big shift. Unai Emery's the man to do that.
Can't stop smiling, mate. Yeah, buzzing with an away win. Proper good showing.
Long may continue. Let the goals keep flowing.
So this is quick fire questions with Alan Hutton. Describe your Aston Villa managers in one word. Remy Gard.
Not got a word for that guy.
No.
Over £130 million worth of players out there, and they can't beat Stevenage. It says a lot.
It's family reasons, that's why.
Yeah.
It's my daughter's coming up to 4 now. She wants a weekends with her daddy back. And yeah, you don't get to do that doing the Villa, which, yeah, tough decision. But I think I made the right call.
Very emotional, yeah. You're getting me going in a minute. Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
Well in, Ash, well in.
Mate, that is incredible.
It's nice because I'm signed in so I can see us at the bottom watching that and you smiling all the way through, and some of the bits in there I absolutely love. Like, are we ready for Bournemouth? Yeah. And then it cuts like, oh, nah, what's this identity about?
I don't know what
the
they're
one
doing.
before that, like, oh, we've got enough players. Oh, signed a striker. That was in like 3 weeks after or something. Yeah.
Amazing.
Great stuff, mate.
Unreal, yeah. Unreal. Oh, my God.
That's it, Ash, for your final match preview and probably your final podcast ever. Like I said, you're always welcome back, but that's your decision to jump on if you fancy it. If we beat somebody 5-0 and you think, oh, I fancy going out having a chat with the lads, you're absolutely more than welcome.
Nice one.
So as it's the last one, Matt, John, thanks for joining us as always. Ash, I'll let you do the honours and do the outro and say your thanks and goodbyes.
Pressure on the spot. Yeah, thanks to everyone. Yeah, I'm welling up again there, but yeah, amazing 4 years, and yeah, I can't thank everyone for the support, the comments that have come in. Villa for the signed shirt today just topped it all off, and yeah, I hope I was okay for you across the 4 years, and yeah, I'm gone.
Sorry, mate. I'll play the outro and get you out of here. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to Claret and Blue and Aston Villa podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please do let us know. We love hearing your thoughts and comments. We'll be back soon with another episode, but until then, up the Villa.